Hi everyone, this is Laura, back to do a book review. It's been a long time since I've done an individual book review, but I feel like lately I've been wanting to do those more and more. Today I have Pandemonium by Lauren Oliver. First of all, let me just say, I hate this cover. I absolutely hate it. I remember, but I did a favorite covers video, and if you will recall, the cover to Delirium was, I think, like my number 2 or close to it. I like the simplicity of this with, the colors, and then with the hidden picture of the girl here. They can see when you lift the dust jacket off and all that stuff. But for some reason, that was not trendy enough for this company to keep, and they decided to change the cover in the paperback one, I know for sure. And they asked to have the standard big face on the cover, which is one of my least favorite cover trends. I just hate it, and that has been continued to this. I cannot stand this cover. I guess it's supposed to be Lena. First of all, I always feel like this girl is just glaring at me anytime I look at it. I'm like, stop! Don't look at me. I just don't like it. I would have much preferred an illustration or something, a simple design like the first book. And I guess it's supposed to be the main character, Lena, when she's in the wilds, from the look of all like the plants and flowers next to her. Okay, well, if that's supposed to be in the wilds, why does she look so perfectly made up and prim and proper there? I don't know. Whatever, let's move on to the review. This book picks up where Delirium left off. Spoilers for Delirium. If you have not read it, just don't listen or don't watch this review at all. Picks up where Delirium left off, where Alex sacrificed himself so Lena could escape into the wilds. And in this is told from 2 timelines in alternating chapters. One is the then chapters, which is immediately after the end of Delirium, where Lena is in the wilds running away, and then she finds this group of invalids there and is learning to, live there. And then now, which is some months in the future, where Lena is working with the invalids in the resistance movement. She has one of those fake cure scars that Alex had in the first book, and she is back in the society under fake identity, and she's supposed to spy on this guy, or boy really, because he is, I think, around her age, Julian Feynman, who is the son of the top leader in this DNF movement. I forget what it stands for, but it's basically a group that is pushing for doing the cure on younger and younger people. Even though there are risks, they feel that the benefits outweigh the risks to the few, and so she's supposed to keep an eye on him, and it alternates from there. I'm not going to go too big into the plot here. First of all, what I liked about this book is, once again, Lauren Oliver's prose really stands out. It's beautiful. She has just such a way with words. If you've read the first book, she can string words together in this beautiful poetical style. And I'm not a big poetry fan, but I like it. It's really nice to read. Also, there was quite a bit more action in this book, more stuff going on than in Delirium, which I also appreciated. Lena goes through a lot of character development, which I liked. There's a romance in it, as you may or may not guess, obviously, because Lena finally resigns herself to Alex being dead and falls for this boy Julian, which should not be a surprise to anyone. I thought their romance was, even though I was I was really annoyed by a romance even being in it. I thought it would have been better to just not have one in this book. But that will be, a negative there. But I thought it was actually really well done and kind of organic, the way they fell for each other. And I also thought that Julian was a well-written character. You get to see and learn a little bit more about this dystopian United States in this book than you did in the first one. I like learning more about the world, especially seeing Lena in the wilds. And so yeah, I liked learning more about the rest of the world here, even though it wasn't quite what I was hoping for. Just I just decided to not dwell on that. In terms of negatives, even though I thought the romance was well done, I would have preferred not having romance. Also, the narrative structure with the chapters alternating in the two timelines, I thought, first of all, in the beginning, was really confusing. And then once I got, over that and I understood what was going on, it was just annoying because a lot of times the chapter would end on a cliffhanger or semi-cliffhanger. But then you don't get to find out what happens because you go back in the past or you go back in the future and, on and on and on. And I got quite annoyed with that after a while. I would have preferred a linear structure. I understand she was trying to do something different, but it didn't quite work for me. I was also it kind of ruined some of the suspense. There's a part where in the then chapters they're worrying about certain characters, like, are they okay? And it's like, they're okay because you've already read about them in the now chapters. You know that they're gonna be fine. So what's the whole point of that? That ruins all of the tension there. Also, there is a cliffhanger ending with a plot twist that anyone with half a brain who's read at least 5 young adult novels will know what is coming and should not be surprised. I was not surprised. I was surprised that it took so long into the book until like the very last scene for this to happen. And I was starting to think, hey, maybe it's not going to happen, but it did. And I was really annoyed that this kind of cliche was introduced, and I hope maybe she was being misleading and maybe it's going to be different in the last book. I don't know. I'm not going to spoil what it is, but I was just a little bit let down by that. So, all in all, if you like Delirium, I'm sure, because there are a lot of people who love that book, I was kind of lukewarm on it, but I'm sure you're going to like this as well. I did enjoy it. It could have been better, as well as Delirium could have been better, but I still was able to enjoy it, and I give it a 3.5 out of 5, so good, but not brilliant. That's all for the Pandemonium review. I will see you guys next time.